Now, still sticking with Nigeria, 2 months after the abduction, the Nigerian Federal Government has been given an ultimatum of 7 days by terrorists to enter into meaningful dialogue over the kidnapped victims of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack. Otherwise, they would be killed. However, the terrorists said negotiation with the government will not be centered on money, but the release of their children allegedly kept in a detention facility in Yola, Adamawa State.
The terrorist who contacted the spokesman of Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, Malam Tukur Mamu, the abductors said the federal government has contacted them on how to secure the release of the abducted passengers. But there seems to be insincerity on the part of the government, putting their lives at risk. The terrorists added that the federal government suspended the resumption of the train service because of the threats.
Meanwhile, families of the victims staged a protest in Abuja yesterday to demand the release of their loved ones. Our Abuja Bureau Chief, Amadine Uyi, joins us live from Abuja, Nigerian Federal Capital. Good morning, Amadine. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Amadine, you've been monitoring these developments closely. Quickly, share with us what you know about this ultimatum given to the federal government.
Now, just like you said, you have talked about the abduction of the train passengers. Recently, we heard that a woman was released, but we tried to confirm it. The terrorists said that they released her based on health grounds. She was one of the pregnant women. But they are insisting now that they don't want money. Though many people who are keenly following the events know that is not true. They are insisting that they want the release of their families and loved ones in several IDP camps and even those who are in detention facilities. But this is a very, very hard nut to crack, because remember that Nigeria's government, this thing, has put his foot on the ground and said, no, these people that have been arrested, they will remain arrested. These ones are in our hands, they will remain in our hands. The terrorists issued an ultimatum a few days ago saying that the Nigerian government has 7 days to release, to do their bidding, or they will kill those in their captivity. Nigerians are hoping that they will have a change of heart and none of those kidnapped will be killed.
All right, Amadine, before we, of course, continue, let's quickly watch, a video that, of course, was put out by the terrorists, and then we'll share the exact words that they put out. Until our demands are met. He also stated we don't need any money, and until our demands are met, none of the victims will come out alive, even if it means we would all die with them. They're well taken care of, as you can see from the pictures we sent via WhatsApp, but we assure you that this will not continue. Besides, the leader of the team, who simply gave his name as Mamu Abubara, stated that it's been 2 months since the abduction and anything can happen to the abducted passengers henceforth. I'm not sure about, being well taken care of. They don't want to be there in the first place. So saying that they are well taken care of, I don't know how convincing that is. But Amadine, let's talk about the mood in the FCT since this ultimatum was issued. And has the government made any statements concerning this?
Now, I think a few days ago, President Muhammad Buhari came out to say that the federal government is doing all it can to see that these abducted Nigerians are released. It's been a very, very difficult one. The families have met with the press several times in the FCT and have expressed their displeasure. Even remember, there was a time that the NRC had scheduled the date and time for resumption of train services along that route. But a few days ago, the NRC, the Nigerian Railway Corporation, had cancelled that resumption. Maybe they put in mood and demands of the family members. The families of those abducted had also threatened that they will disrupt the service. Now, it's a very difficult situation because from the video you just showed, you said that they're also foreigners. So that means the government representatives of those who were abducted will also be mounting pressure on Nigeria's government to ensure the release of the terrorists. But the big question is Nigeria's government willing to spend money to release these terrorists? How feasible is it to release the families of those who were abducted? These are the questions that it's, as someone who is outside, who is not part of the negotiation, is very difficult. But some have said that release them. If it means carrying your own citizens, do so. Because as long as your citizens remains in the hands of the kidnappers and abductors, the terrorists have a certain level of power over you. I remember a former senator representing Kaduna Central, Sheikh Sani, told me that a few years ago when he was negotiating for the release of the girls who were kidnapped from Chibok, he stated that as long as they remain in the hands of the terrorists, they have a certain level of power over you. So do what they can, what they want, release them. If after then you want to go and throw nuclear weapon to bomb their camps because they have been designated as terrorists, no one will hold you responsible. But what everybody agree on and what Nigerians are in unison on is that whatever it takes, get these people released. And then also the security strategy the security strategy needs to be reviewed. These people, they need to have no single level of freedom to be able to habit in any local government, in any community. Government needs to be on the front foot. The governor of Kaduna State has said it repeatedly that we know where they stay. We need to go all out to ensure that they are smoked out.
I mean, in furtherance of what you said, Benjamin Franklin said that it is better that 100 guilty people escape than one innocent person be caught, or face the penalty that they probably didn't have any reason to face. But let's talk about the families of the victims. There's a protest that has happened, and I cannot imagine what it would be like to be a family member of someone who's been held in captivity at this very moment, and you're not seeing any progress. What were the demands of the family members, and do we have a sense of how they're able to navigate this season?
This kind of situation has happened. We have outlived many. We have outlived the Chibok girls. We have outlived the Greenwich University students. We have outlived many. And it's clear that these people have no sense of remorse. So if you were a member of the families, of those who were kidnapped, your peace has been taken away from you because looking at past incidences and understanding how Nigeria's federal government has handled it up till today, 2014 till today is about 8 years. Not all these Chibok schoolgirls have been released. There are several school kidnappings that have happened in the past 1 and 2 years. Not all of them have been released. Nigeria's federal government says that they will not negotiate with terrorists and give them their demands. So the big question is what makes this incident, this particular kidnap special? Yes, we understand that there might be foreigners. You have seen it from the video. There might be foreigners. But the big question is what makes, will Nigeria government be able to bow down to foreign pressure? If they do at this particular case, then the families of the other cases, remember New Central sometime last year even went as far as attending the burial of one of the Greenwich school girls that was kidnapped and murdered by the terrorists. So you see, it's a very difficult situation, most especially if you're a member of you're a member of the families of one of those that was abducted, because at this point in time, just like I said, your peace has been taken away from you, your sleep has been taken away from you. The question you keep on asking is, are they safe in the hands of terrorists? Yes, in the video, those kidnapped said that they are being treated well, but you cannot take the word of somebody who is in captivity. Perhaps they have been forced by the terrorists to say so. But you will be asking, are they being treated well? Am I sure I am going to see these ones? Because these criminals have shown in the past that they have no value for human life. Yes. The Greenwich school incidents, they murdered some of the students. The forestry incidents, the forestry school incidents in Kaduna, they released videos where they were torturing these young Nigerians. So what makes you believe that they will not do so to these same persons who are here? So all Nigerians right now, Nigerians who think of this case just they think of it with a tinge of sadness, because the fear is, how do we get out of this mess? You know, the only way to prevent this is don't let it happen in the first place.
Absolutely.
But now it has happened. We are being faced with this kind of situation. So I will tell you that the families, the few times they've spoken with the press, you will see tears, you will feel the sadness, you will feel emotion in their voice, because this time many of them don't know what might happen tomorrow. The 7 days have been counting, they will soon expire, and Nigerians are praying that God will touch this terrorist heart, that they do not kill these ones who have been kidnapped.
All right, and thank you very much, Amadingui. Always interesting speaking with you. And of course, we will connect with you as quickly as possible again.